Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here to recap another weekend of Interior sports. But before we get to that, here's something that happened today. The Alaska hockey team had their first official practice of the 2014-2015 season this afternoon at the Patty Center Ice Arena. This year, UAF enters its second season in the WCHA after going 14-12-2 in conference and 18-15-4 last year. They were bounced in the WCHA quarterfinals by UAA. Gone are WCHA Player of the Year Cody Kunick and senior standouts Michael Quinn and Colton Beck. All three are beginning their pro careers, but 7 seniors return to this year's squad, along with 7 versatile freshmen. Junior defenseman and reigning WCHA Defensive Player of the Year Colton Pareko was waiting all summer for this first practice.
It's definitely exciting being out there with the full team, seeing what we got to work with, and obviously right now we got a whole bunch of line combinations throughout the week, defensive pairings throughout the week, so it's going to be exciting just working with different guys and seeing what we got.
I know the freshmen were, I think, nervous, excited, scared, a little bit of everything, and you got the returning guys that obviously want to make this a great year and know that getting it off to a good start is important.
I think we got a great freshman class so far. We've gotten along really well. I think that's an important part is, we don't have someone that's oddball out. Everyone's kind of meshed together along with the upperclassmen as well, so it's been good so far.
And staying with hockey, the Austin Bruins exacted some revenge on the defending Robertson Cup champs. The Fairbanks Ice Dogs lost to Austin 9-4 on Saturday in the final game of the NAHL Showcase. It's the most goals allowed by Fairbanks in a regulation loss since November 2012. The Ice Dogs led 3-1 in the second period, but the Bruins exploded for 5 goals in that second period and outscored Fairbanks 8-2 in the last 2 periods. Fairbanks finishes 1-3 at the Showcase. The Ice Dogs have a pair of Midwest Division games at the Minnesota Wilderness this weekend. The UAF volleyball team returned from a winless road trip to the Patty Center for their GNAC home opener on Saturday night. The Nags were up against the Seattle Pacific Falcons, came in 9-2 and 2-0 in the conference. But UAF played with fervor in the opening set. It was tight throughout. Alaska was up 15-11 before SPU tied it at 15-all with a little 4-0 mini run. Falcons came away with a 25-23 win. Maddie Cavell had a game-high 14 kills to pace SPU, who ran the second set 25-13. UAF pushed SPU again in the third set. Brooke Mattice and Sam Hartoon both had 10 kills, but the Falcons sweep UAF with a 25-23 win in the third. Alaska hosts MSUB tonight. And in case you missed it, here's a recap of Week 6 for Interior High School football. The Lathrop Malamutes held on for a 28-26 win on senior night over the Palmer Moose on Friday. The win gives Lathrop their first Rail Belt Conference title in 16 years. They are now 5-1. They've won 5 straight games. The North Pole Patriots won their conference on Friday night as well. A 29-12 win at Thunder Mountain, which gave them the SEC crown. They allowed 38.6 points per game going into Friday night, but they shut out the Falcons in the second half for their best defensive game. West Valley, they won back-to-back games for the first time this season, improving to 2-4 in the year after a 46-35 win over Juneau on Friday night. And the Allison Ravens are in the driver's seat to win the Greatland after dismantling Monroe 52-6 on Saturday. Allison is 5-0 and 4-0 in conference. Saturday's Equinox Marathon may have been a wet one, but 429 runners still got on the trails for the 52nd running of the 26.2-mile marathon race. Matthias Sari was the top runner. His time of 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 1 second was good enough for his 4th Equinox title. This was the 14th Equinox race for the runner out of Anchorage. Ben Marvin and Cody Priest came in 3 minutes later at 2:58.04 for Marvin, and Priest was right there at 2:58.16. Roger Sayer was the first Fairbanksan to finish. He was 8th overall in 3:15.51. And Christy Marvin up from Palmer. She repeats as the women's champ. She was 11th overall in 3:17.07, which set a new women's record. Jesse Holmes won the 40-mile ultra marathon in 6:02.20. Team Run DMC came in first for the relays in 3:02.25, and Team Sugar Spice and Everything Nice won the open female relays in 3:27.03. Gotta love those names. And now we bring you another I-5 Interior Top 5 plays. Pick the play of the week from these. At number 5, the North Pole flag football team converts a 4th and 26 Caitlin Bartley to Lindsey Dammel for the last-minute touchdown and an 18-13 win over Hutch. At number 4, Travis Phillips scores what would be the game-winning touchdown in Lathrop's 28-26 win over Palmer on Friday. More from this game in a bit. At number 3, senior linebacker Ryan Crooks gets a 67-yard interception for a touchdown, highlighting Allison's 52-6 conference win over Monroe on Saturday. At number 2, West Valley freshman Riley Baumgartner returns the first punt in interior flag football history, 77 yards for a touchdown in the Wolfpack's 13-0 win over Lathrop. At number 1, Garius Maiden's touchdown-saving tackle on Palmer's Jared Layton to secure Lathrop's 28-26 win over Palmer on Friday night. The Malamutes win their first Rail Belt Conference title since 1998. To select the play of the week, go to the KTVF Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter pages, comment on the post, or email Joe Cook at KTVF11.com for your pick. The play of the week will be revealed this Friday.
The I-5 Sports Report is brought to you by Adient Orthopedic Physical Therapy.
And that's it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.